UK driving test rules regulations mock theory test.
Question 1. You arrive at a red traffic light with a bike lane and 2 stop lines. Where should you stop?
At the stop line closest to the junction. Stop at the first stop line, then move forward to the next one when safe. Stop at the stop line closest to the junction if there are no cyclists present. At the first stop line you reach.
Answer.
At the first stop line you reach.
Question 2. What does this sign mean?
T-junction ahead. No vehicle entry. National speed limits now apply. Roadwork ahead.
Answer.
No vehicle entry.
Question 3. You see this amber flashing sign on the motorway. What does it mean?
Slow down for a left bend ahead. Change lanes. Take the next exit. The exit ahead is closed.
Answer.
Take the next exit.
Question 4. You stop at a pelican crossing with a central island. The light turns green, but someone is still crossing. What should you do?
Sound your horn to hurry the pedestrian along. Wait for the pedestrian to reach the center island. Proceed around the pedestrian. Wait for the pedestrian to finish crossing.
Answer.
Wait for the pedestrian to finish crossing.
Question 5. What is a red route?
An area where you cannot load or unload. An area where you cannot stop, park, load, or unload. An area where you cannot stop or park. An area where you cannot park.
Answer.
An area where you cannot stop, park, load, or unload.
Question 6. You see this sign by the roadside. What will be ahead?
A tunnel ahead. A no-through road. A level crossing without a barrier. A four-way junction.
Answer.
A level crossing without a barrier.
Question 7. When can you drive in an operational cycle lane?
You can enter a cycle lane with a broken border when it is unavoidable. When the cycle lane has a solid white border. Never. When the cycle lane has a broken white border.
Answer.
You can enter a cycle lane with a broken border when it is unavoidable.
Question 8. You see a painted triangle on the road ahead. What does this marking mean?
There is a level crossing ahead. No through road. You will have to give way ahead. You are on a one-way road.
Answer.
You will have to give way ahead.
Question 9. You stop at a zebra crossing with a central island to let a pedestrian cross. When can you proceed?
Only when the pedestrian has shown you to proceed. Immediately, so long as you avoid the pedestrian. Only when the pedestrian has completely crossed the road. As soon as the pedestrian has entered the central island.
Answer.
As soon as the pedestrian has entered the central island.
Question 10. You see this sign on the edge of the motorway. What does it mean?
The outside lane is closed, change lanes immediately. There is congestion ahead, expect severe delays. The motorway is closed, take the first available exit. The motorway is closed, all traffic must stop.
Answer.
The motorway is closed, all traffic must stop.
Question 11. Can you drive in a bus lane?
Only when there are no buses present. Yes, briefly before you turn. Not during the lane's hours of operation. Yes, at any time.
Answer.
Not during the lane's hours of operation.
Question 12. You, car A, have arrived at a narrow junction where a lorry is turning. What should you do here?
Continue on as normal. Prepare to stop if the lorry enters your lane. Sound your horn as you drive past. Speed up to pass the turning lorry.
Answer.
Prepare to stop if the lorry enters your lane.
Question 13. What does this sign mean?
There is a low bridge ahead. The motorway ends here. The bridge ahead is out, prepare to stop. The motorway is closed ahead, exit immediately.
Answer.
The motorway ends here.
Question 14. What does this sign mean?
Two-way road ahead. Do not overtake. Your lane has priority. Oncoming vehicles have priority.
Answer.
Your lane has priority.
Question 15. What does this sign mean?
Residential area ahead. Level crossing with a barrier or gate ahead. Slow down, school ahead. Paddock with a gate ahead, prepare to stop.
Answer.
Level crossing with a barrier or gate ahead.
Question 16. You see children playing on the road in a home zone. What should you do?
Sound your horn, they have no right to be there. Wait for the children to move. Drive around the children. You should not be driving in a home zone.
Answer.
Wait for the children to move.
Question 17. You see this sign on the motorway. What does it mean?
Steep descent ahead. Lane closed ahead. Right bend ahead. 300 yards to the next exit.
Answer.
300 yards to the next exit.
Question 18. Where should you start indicating for the left turn pictured?
A. A good distance from where you intend to turn. B. In the middle of the junction where you don't intend to turn. C. Just after the junction where you don't intend to turn. You should not indicate in this situation.
Answer.
B. In the middle of the junction where you don't intend to turn.
Question 19. Two cars are turning right at a junction. In which scenario are both cars turning legally?
Scenario A. Neither scenario. Scenario B. Both scenarios.
Answer.
Both scenarios.
Question 20. You are on the motorway and you see this sign. What does it mean?
The right lane is ending, but the left lane is still open. The motorway is heavily congested ahead, exit here to save time. The right lane is heavily congested ahead. The motorway ends ahead, take the next exit.
Answer.
The right lane is ending, but the left lane is still open.
Question 21. What does this sign mean?
Buses only on this road. Bus stop ahead. No buses allowed on this road. Bus lane ahead.
Answer.
No buses allowed on this road.
Question 22. What does this sign mean?
The speed limit is 30 miles per hour. The speed limit for large vehicles is 30 miles per hour. The recommended speed limit is 30 miles per hour. The minimum speed limit is 30 miles per hour.
Answer.
The minimum speed limit is 30 miles per hour.
Question 23. You wish to cross this dual carriageway. How should you cross?
Wait for the road to clear and cross in one go. You cannot cross here. Drive across, you have priority. Cross each side as if it were a separate road.
Answer.
Cross each side as if it were a separate road.
Question 24. You are driving a regular car along the motorway. Can you enter this half lane?
Yes, but you must be carrying at least 2 passengers. Yes, at any time. Yes, but you must remain in the lane for at least 2 miles. Yes, but you must be carrying at least 1 passenger.
Answer.
Yes, but you must be carrying at least 1 passenger.
Question 25. What does this sign mean?
No horses beyond this point. Equestrian crossing ahead. Equestrian trail begins. Watch out for horses in this area.
Answer.
No horses beyond this point.
Question 26. Which vehicle is turning correctly at this roundabout?
Car B. Both cars. Car A. Neither car.
Answer.
Car B.
Question 27. What does this sign mean?
Tunnel ahead. Road closed ahead. National speed limits now apply. No vehicles allowed here.
Answer.
No vehicles allowed here.
Question 28. You arrive at a section of road bordered by a pair of red lines. What do these lines mean?
This is a permanent no parking, waiting, or loading zone. This is a no parking zone. This is a no parking, waiting, or loading zone, but only during certain hours. This is a no parking or waiting zone.
Answer.
This is a permanent no parking, waiting, or loading zone.
Question 29. Where will you find this sign?
In an area where you cannot park. In an area where you cannot stop or park. In an area where you cannot stop, park, load, or unload. In an area where you cannot load or unload.
Answer.
In an area where you cannot stop, park, load, or unload.
Question 30. What does this sign mean?
The oncoming lane has priority. Wrong way, go back. Do not overtake. Your lane has priority.
Answer.
The oncoming lane has priority.
Question 31. You arrive at an amber traffic light. What should you do?
Continue through, but only if you cannot safely stop in time. Continue if you can cross the junction before the light turns red. Speed up to pass through. Always stop.
Answer.
Continue through, but only if you cannot safely stop in time.
Question 32. You are waiting for a gap in traffic so you can turn right onto a minor road. Where should you wait?
In the center of your lane. Anywhere in your lane. To the left edge of your lane. To the right edge of your lane.
Answer.
To the right edge of your lane.
Question 33. What is the correct way to navigate multiple mini-roundabouts?
Treat all the roundabouts like one big junction. Keep moving until you reach your exit. Treat each roundabout separately. You must not change roundabouts.
Answer.
Treat each roundabout separately.
Question 34. What does this sign mean?
Pass obstacle to the left. Road closed ahead. National speed limits now apply. This area is for trams only.
Answer.
National speed limits now apply.
Question 35. You have arrived at a box junction and you have a green light. Can you enter the junction before your path is clear?
No, you must not stop in the junction. Yes, you can queue through the junction. Only to wait for oncoming traffic to pass before a right turn. Only when you can exit the junction before a red light.
Answer.
Only to wait for oncoming traffic to pass before a right turn.
Question 36. Where will you find this sign?
In an area where you cannot stop, park, load, or unload. In an area where you cannot load or unload. In an area where you cannot stop at any time. In a controlled parking zone.
Answer.
In a controlled parking zone.
Question 37. You have stopped at a red light. The traffic light changes to red and amber. What should you do?
Drive through if you are turning left. Prepare to go, but wait for the light to turn green. These lights are broken, follow the normal right-of-way rules. Drive through.
Answer.
Prepare to go, but wait for the light to turn green.
Question 38. You see this sign on the motorway. What does it mean?
Every lane is closed, take the first exit. There is a low bridge ahead. Every lane is closed, do not proceed any further. There is a toll booth ahead.
Answer.
Every lane is closed, do not proceed any further.
Question 39. What should you beware of after seeing this sign?
A steep descent. A steep ascent. A road with a steep camber. A town with an unusually high tax rate.
Answer.
A steep ascent.
Question 40. What precautions should you take while you drive down a steep hill?
Be ready to reduce speed for slowly descending vehicles. Avoid stopping suddenly where possible. Use your gears to help you slow down. All of the above.
Answer.
All of the above.
Question 41. You stop at a zebra crossing to let a pedestrian cross. When can you proceed?
Immediately, so long as you avoid the pedestrian. Only when the pedestrian has vacated your lane. Only when the pedestrian has vacated your side of the road. Only when the pedestrian has completely crossed the road.
Answer.
Only when the pedestrian has completely crossed the road.
Question 42. What does this sign mean?
No through road. Give way at T-junction ahead. T-junction ahead. You have priority at the T-junction ahead.
Answer.
No through road.
Question 43, what does this sign mean?
Speed bumps ahead. Road ahead is subject to flooding. Uneven road ahead. Steep undulating hills ahead.
Answer.
Uneven road ahead.
Question 44, you are on a single carriageway with 3 lanes. Who may drive in the center lane?
Only vehicles that are turning right. Any vehicle that is turning right or overtaking. Oncoming traffic. Traffic in your lane.
Answer.
Any vehicle that is turning right or overtaking.
Question 45, you are on a single track road and you encounter an oncoming vehicle. What should you do?
Pull into a passing place to let the oncoming vehicle pass. Reverse until you reach a passing place to let the vehicle pass. Stop opposite to a passing place to let the vehicle pass. Any of the above.
Answer.
Any of the above.
Question 46, what does this sign mean?
Two-way road ahead. Do not overtake. Your lane has priority. Oncoming vehicles have priority.
Answer.
Do not overtake.
Question 47, 3 cars arrive at a junction. Who has priority?
Car C. Cars 1C. Car B. Car A.
Answer.
Cars 1C.
Question 48, what does this sign mean?
The maximum speed limit is no longer 30 miles per hour. The recommended speed limit is 30 miles per hour. The minimum speed limit is no longer 30 miles per hour. The minimum speed limit is 30 miles per hour.
Answer.
The minimum speed limit is no longer 30 miles per hour.
Question 49, what does this sign mean?
Right turn only ahead. Mini-roundabout ahead. Roundabout ahead. U-turns permitted ahead.
Answer.
Mini-roundabout ahead.
Question 50, what does this sign mean?
Motorists can pass an island or obstacle on either side. There is a Y junction ahead. You can park on either side of the road here. There is a pedestrian crossing ahead.
Answer.
Motorists can pass an island or obstacle on either side. Thank you for watching this video and wish you will get your driver license soon.